Hello, it is Monday, it's Bank Holiday Monday, which means that we've had a little bit of a slower start to the day, which was nice. We did stay up late last night watching movies and chilling out, and actually when I got up I was like, oh, I shouldn't have done that last night, now I'm going to be late starting the day. But actually no, I should have done what I wanted last night, which was staying up late and watching movies with Andy. Been and trained upper. Andy has now joined Ultraflex, which is great for him. He's really excited about it. I'm excited about it for him. And yeah, you'll have seen some of my training session this morning. I didn't film all of it because it was quite busy. I wasn't expecting it to be so busy, but it was. I've not long been home after doing a food shop, and I'm going to tell you now, I know that I talk about digestive stuff a fair bit on here because I think it's important. We're all grown-ups. My gastrointestinal 360 mapping kit just came. I'm not going to show you anything graphic this week for sure, but there's a lot of poop. there's a lot of poop. And when I say a lot of poop, I don't mean like I'll be talking about it a lot. I've actually got to fill some of these pots to like here with a collection, which is interesting for someone that's having this done because half the time they're spending constipated. Go figure. It looks really complicated. I'm actually going to have to get Andy to, 1, read this with me, and 2, possibly even help me, because I don't trust myself to get this spot on, and it needs to be, especially for how much it has cost. There's 2 different types. There's a complete and a complete plus. The complete plus checks for 2 other things. I can't remember exactly what they are, and the turnaround time is about 5 days shorter, which I think is what you're paying for mostly, to be honest. But this is the i360 mapping complete plus. I've got a pamphlet with my kit contents, how to prepare it, how to collect it, how to pack it, which is just as complicated as the rest of it. So I'm going to get Dr. Andy to have a look at it so that I can work out exactly what I'm doing. I've also got these to collect my poo in, which I think remind me of chip trays from like a diner.
Go to a barbecue joint.
Yeah. Interesting. There's lots of do's and don'ts in terms of what you need to stop before you start collecting, which I think I'll just about be clear of, because I actually ran out of my probiotic and haven't been taking it. So 2 weeks before the test, I need to discontinue antibiotics, antiparasitics, antifungals, probiotic supplements, proton pump inhibitors. And 2 days before the test, I need to take out aspirin, any other anti-inflammatories, so my ibuprofen that I've been taking for my knee, no more of that. Digestive enzymes, laxatives, particularly mineral oil, castor oil and glycerin enemas and suppositories, activated charcoal, betaine HCI, antacids and bentonite clay. Don't know whether I've butchered any of those, did I? Probably. Oh, bless you. And then wait at least 4 weeks from a colonoscopy or barium enema before collecting. So don't do this within a month of having a colonoscopy. Yeah, this has got to be collected over 3 days. I am going to message my team and say that Wednesday I'll be working from home, because it needs to be collected over consecutive days where possible, and don't really fancy collecting my poop in a little tray in the office. So one of the samples has got to be frozen. What are they going to do with that? People pay good money for stuff like that.
It'll be easier to blend.
That
is literally what it could be.
Is that it?
Because you'll have to process it to get it onto whatever testing solution. So
come on in, Dr. Andy. Do you want to tell me more about my...
I don't know fuck all about it. But that is, the freezing will be so that it's easier to process.
It's very interesting considering it's just collecting my shit.
Been doing it for 7 years. Can you get any off me?
Fantastic. Very good. It's going to be an interesting week. Apologies now if you don't like it when I talk about shit, because that's going to be the theme of this week's vlog. How did you like Ultraflex? You loving your new gym?
Oh, but I'm sure the fans know how much they get.
Stop that.
Everyone knows how much we like the new Ultraflex. It's just been a while since I've changed.
Yeah.
I like routine.
Yeah.
And I don't like change. And my gym was still ticking all the boxes I needed it to.
It was, but they were starting to let themselves slip on their standards of like kit not being repaired or replaced, or and the owner was just being a bit slack. So perfect timing.
Yeah.
And Andy loves training at that gym. If anyone doesn't know, the Ultraflex day passes are now like flat across the board, so each Ultraflex will cost you £15 for a day pass. It used to be that it was just Rotherham that was more expensive, but now they've all followed suit. So whenever Andy has trained there, he's been paying for it anyway. So
We're paying a ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah. He's jumped ship and he's joined Team Ultraflex, which he is very much looking forward to. And me too. A lot more eye candy all of a sudden. Quick turnaround into town, go to Boots for some makeup bits, have a coffee with Maggie at Starbs, maybe get her a puppuccino. Sounds like a nice bank holiday. Anything that you're wanting to do today, Android?
I've just got meal prep to do. That's okay. That's not exactly exciting, is it? Not something YouTube would care about. Me telling about the gay films we watched last night.
I said that we were up late watching movies. I didn't say that I chose them and forced Andy. Oh, I say forced. You were up for it.
Yeah, you didn't follow you.
It was my turn to choose.
Yeah.
Because you kind of chose Woman in Black.
I'm not having that.
You said you could watch it.
I did. Yeah, that doesn't mean I chose it.
Anyway, we went straight back to late 90s, early noughties girl films, and Andy watched Sweet Home Alabama and he watched Runaway Bride. Thoughts?
Both were shocking. Runaway Bride was slightly better from a human standpoint. I enjoyed watching you enjoy them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next, it'll be Bring It On, The Girl Next Door, maybe Clueless. What's the one that I watch every Halloween that you hate? Practical Magic.
Yeah. You've made me watch that though.
Yeah. I could make you watch it again.
But I know! One of these is a little one for Maggie. You finished? No.
Maggie, you've cleaned it up, pal.
Okay. We've had a very, very cute day, which was a bit spontaneous in the end. Ended up taking Maggie into town like we said, but then we went and took her for an ice cream. And we had a drink at a pub, which was so nice. I'm actually wearing my Laura Mercier tinted moisturiser today with a primer underneath, the NYX glue one. Can't remember the actual name of it. And I'm wearing that lip tint from Beauty Bay. And I think this is a very good holiday coverage. I am going to try and find the Kylie Skin tint in my when I've had a tan shade. However, the Kylie Skin tint doesn't have SPF in it, and I really want to wear an SPF when I'm on holiday, even in an evening, like with a tinted moisturiser. So that's what I've been wearing today, and it hasn't budged as much as it usually would. So I'm really happy with that. I've bought a couple of bits from Boots that I needed for the weekend, because this weekend I'm going to Wales. So this weekend has been a secret for a few weeks now. I'd say about 4 weeks. My best friend Laura is competing at PCA Wales. She was originally going to do the London show, PCA London, as the first show of her season, but it's the day before she goes to Vegas for the Olympia, because her coach is Sophie Jenkins, who is competing in the Olympia this year, and Laura's going out to support her. So originally that was the plan, but she's ready. She's ready. And we were chatting about, you know, her going to the Olympia and how stressful it was going to be. And we just kind of jokingly said, well, let's just fucking do Wales. And she came back a couple of days later and she was like, I'm actually thinking about it, and it makes a lot more sense. So I'm going over to Wales with her to do her makeup. I've also picked up a couple of other clients along the way, because they've jumped in it last minute as well, and all of the makeup artists at PCA are gone. So I've got 2 more clients and a hair one, which I did not expect, but here we are. She couldn't get hair booked in either, so I'm going to curl her hair for her. So it's going to be a big old weekend, and I'm very excited about it. It's going to be great to see my best friends again, and to just do this whole experience with Laura. It's also a pro qualifier. She's got no expectations whatsoever, but she looks the best she's ever looked. So she's absolutely worthy of it. It is just a case of what the judges want on the day, who turns up on the day. You can't pin your hopes on winning and placing in bodybuilding, really. Like, you can hope for it, but you should never assume. And the lineup that we know of that is going to be in the athletic figure class is a very high standard. I've got other friends that are competing in that class and they look fucking insane as well. So it's just purely out of convenience, and the fact that it's a pro qualifier for Laura doesn't actually, it's not that it doesn't mean anything, but it's not the sole purpose of her going. It is just an earlier show with PCA that makes a whole lot more sense. So that is this weekend. Feedback from my check-in this morning, which I didn't even talk about this morning. So I checked in this morning, my weight was up, which I'm not surprised at. I had off-plan food over the weekend. I had a very late night. I didn't have enough water yesterday. Completely expected that. So I was 71.1 or 2, I think. I imagine that will come down over the next couple of days. My off-plan meals are back in. So I feel like now I can kind of officially say I am no longer reversing. It has been long. We're going to keep an eye on my weight gain and how I'm looking versus what I'm weighing, as we would in a check-in anyway, and just make sure that it's not climbing too much. Amy's having a look at my thyroid results. I've obviously got all my poop testing to do this week, and I'm going to be looking at getting my bloods run again, but just purely doing my female hormones and my thyroid hormones, which through Medichecks is about £100. I'm hoping that I've got a discount code either somewhere in my work discount codes, or I'm hoping that I know someone online that has like a discount code, just to take the edge off that a little bit. I reckon I could get 20% knocked off that somewhere. So that's something that I'm going to do as well. Not necessarily this month, but if I can time it so that I'm on day 3 of my cycle, that would be ideal. That is my next steps there, to have that deeper look at my thyroid. If all of my thyroid markers came back green and clear, probably would just be letting things run their course, but they're not, so gotta look deeper. Oh. Good morning. It's Tuesday. It is the day after bank holiday, so back to work. I trained quads and delts this morning. I had to stop the quad aspect of that training session. I was very, very close to the end of it anyway, but I just felt so sick and I woke up with a huge headache. But because I'm doing my gut mapping testing this week, I couldn't take anything for it. I would have taken some ibuprofen. I can't do that right now. I might be able to get away with some paracetamol, but I just thought, you know what, just fuck it. It doesn't matter, just work through it. And I felt really, really unwell. I finished off my delts aspect of it, which was really good. The training session was good up until that point. Yeah, not my finest hour. I got 15 minutes cardio done, and then I got home and started testing for my gut mapping, which, God, it is so complicated. There's so many instructions and everything has to be right, and it was stressing me out. Andy's having to help me. I collected a very, very small sample. It's quite interesting that they're, asking for like consecutive days, because I'm looking at it thinking, sometimes that is just not possible for me. I provided a very small sample, and that has been collected when I was opening up the vial to put it in, I fucking tipped it over. So I'm already like, well, that's probably going to come back inconclusive, because I've had to get a pipette on the kitchen side, and the contents of that vial I'm having to put back in and hope that it'll be okay. So if they return it, they return it, but it's just annoying. I was bursting into tears because it's cost about £550, and I just thought, if they turn this around to me and tell me that they can't use it or don't allow me to test it again, then I'm gonna have to spend another £550, and I just do not have that. I swapped how I collected it. They obviously ask you to collect it in that paper tray. What I did was, which I found a lot easier, putting like a sandwich bag in a Tupperware and then collecting it that way, so that it's not just hitting dry cardboard. It's still clean, it's still not going to impact the specimen as such, but I found that a little bit easier and gave me a little bit more room in the catchment. Feeling a little bit stressed about it this morning, just because I was trying to make sure I got it right. I've also had a call back from my GP because I tried to get myself back on the NHS pathway by giving them a call about this on Friday, I think it was, and they have asked me to provide a sample to them to retest and to do a full blood count. So I'm going to go and pick up my little pot from them in a little while and my blood test and get all of that underway. But yeah, I'm just feeling a little bit stressed today and annoyed that I may have potentially already fucked it up. It is what it is. I've collected my sample into the pot and that's in the fridge, ready for when I can sort my collection out, which I'm going to start arranging now for Thursday so that it gets there for Friday. Yeah, hopefully that'll be okay. I'm playing a very risky game here. I've scheduled a pickup for day 3 between 4:30 and 6:30 because my sample on day 3 needs to be frozen for at least 6 hours. So I am banking on that I will make my sample deposit on day 3 by midday. I'm working to a tight deadline. I really should have waited to do this, to do it on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday schedule for Monday, but I feel very desperate at the moment. I've got no problem admitting that. But yeah, I feel like I just need to get this done and gone. Get some answers back. Okay, update. Today has been so busy that I've done about 1,700 steps, if that. I haven't even brushed my teeth yet, and it is nearly 6 p.m. Since I sat down this morning, because I was running late because of all the testing that I had to do, I have not stopped. I feel disgusting. Actual dirt. So I'm going to get my steps in now and then bathe the day away. Jesus Christ. Good morning, it is Wednesday. I have just been and done 15 minutes cardio, which finishes off my cardio for the week. And I've just taken my box with my sandwich bag in to collect whatever shit I can muster today. I think there's enough for a sample. Honestly, since I've been doing this, my poops have been just enough to do the sample size, and the pot, the fill line is about that far off. When I tell you I'm constipated, when I tell you I'm struggling to go, yes, that's how much I'm struggling on days where I can't go. On days where I can go, it's more than likely that I'll have diarrhea. That is one of the issues that I had flagged long before this kind of well-being assessment, flagged that I had blood in my stool and stuff. I've got to go to the GP today to pick up my pot from them. Good luck getting a fucking sample out of me, because I'm not doing them big enough to split between the two. Genuinely concerned for day 3 tomorrow, because I have 3 pots that I need to put a sample in. So I think what I'm going to do tomorrow is no cardio, just walk and have my oats, because I think my oats will get me a decent size poop. I'm really sorry, but this is my thought process this week and what I'm dealing with and doing. I feel uncomfortable, yeah, but this is how it's been for a long time now, and it's not new to me to feel like this. But today's a rest day. I'm at home because I didn't want to be taking my big box of poo to work, and I'm going to try my best to actually rest. I'm going to go and get some steps in before 8 o'clock so that I'm doing actively less later, because I've got some client programming to do later for a new starter who should be joining the team tomorrow. And yeah, that's where we're at. That's where we're at. I washed my hair last night, so I was a little bit ahead on the week. And then I think I fell asleep on the sofa. However, the sleep that I had last night, I feel the most rested that I have done for ages. So, small wins. Okay, I am going to go and do this upstairs in the bathroom, but I'm home now. And I've got my second day 2 sample. So the fill line is actually there. And that is the amount of poo I'm doing, pretty much. So what I've got to do is add the sample to there, shake it vigorously for approximately 30 seconds to make sure that the preservative's all over it, and then put it in the day 2 bag and put it in the fridge. The day 3 one has to go in the freezer. Yeah, it's fun times. Early bird catches the worm and all that. On my walk, I passed by the GP surgery and managed to pick up my NHS poop test and requested my bloods form, and they were like, we've got an appointment today at 10 to 12 actually. I'm like, I'll take it. God, has anyone gone into an NHS surgery for 5 years and got something same day? Because I haven't. Fucking hell. I'm hoping as well that when I get back, if I have my oats, I might actually get another sample, because oats usually get my body moving. It's literally what I'm banking on tomorrow for me to be able to get this day 3 sample, because at the moment what I'm passing just is not enough to do the vials that I've been asked, and I might have to prioritise tomorrow over, you know, what is going in what vial, because they need a black one, a white one and a yellow one. I need to provide all of those. Now I've got 2 black ones for sure. One of them is probably better than the other. Day 2 today, because I didn't tip out the solution. So that's sorted. If I don't pass enough tomorrow, I'm going to prioritise the white and yellow top, freeze one of them and send that off when it gets picked up between 4:30 and 6:30. But yeah, this has taken over my life this week, soz. I had a very successful morning when I got back from my walk. Had a very big poo, lovely. Honestly, I have taken a bag or a bottle of my shit for a walk more frequently this week than I've taken Maggie for a walk. Anyway, off to get my bloods done and give them my poo. Funny old life, innit? Oh my god, I have just had the best appointment. The best appointment, so refreshing to the point it made me cry. So my GP wasn't available when I went in for my blood test. He was a nurse practitioner who I've never seen, met before, whatever. And she was like, talk me through everything that's been going on recently and why you're here. And I was like, oh, well, there's this and this. And then, annoyingly, I asked for my female hormones to be checked in my bloods by my GP when he called me yesterday and he said no, because it's nothing to do with this. And she was like, why? I was like, well, it's a waste of his time, because I'm only going to be back to discuss them once I've gone private to have them done, because it's something that's important to me. I've come to the GP about it and different issues with it that I think might be linked to my gut, and which is why I'm spending all this money doing this before. And I've told him my symptoms of that, and he told me that I was depressed and getting old. No, neither of those. She actually turned around and went, who told you that? And I was like, can't remember his name, but blah, blah. And she was like, what a fucking joke. What do you want done? And I was like, what? She was like, what do you want on your blood profile? I was like, oh my God, I want estrogen, progesterone, testosterone. I want my FSH. I want my LH. She was like, yep, done, added. I was like, can you put my thyroid on there? She was like, yep. She's just, one, saved me about 100 quid. She's two, saved herself another appointment, because I fucking told her I'd be back. Oh God, what a fucking angel. It made me cry. She was like, there's some GPs in here that don't listen to women, and we know our bodies and we know when something's wrong. And I was just like, oh, I can feel the tears coming. I can feel myself starting to cry. She was like, this has been about 5 years. I was like, yeah, you can look back on my notes. I've come in a couple of times and it made me feel so shit that I didn't bother again. She was like, not today. What a fucking legend. She was like, I get into trouble all the time, but I think it's worth it to get down to the nitty gritty of some of these issues. And I was like, I'd have to agree, Julia. I'd have to agree. So I'm fucking thrilled that someone is taking me seriously, and I'm looking forward to getting these results back, which should be Monday. So one to watch out for. I don't know why everything just seems to be setting on fire at the moment. That is the second wildfire in 2 days. But that's been my day. I was working till 6 o'clock. I've barely fucking stopped today, just like I did yesterday. But now I'm just finishing up some programming for a new client setup, which I'm very, very excited about. That's what I'm doing with my evening. I will have a shower tonight and do my exfoliation, skin prep and tan potentially for the weekend, just so that I've got less to do tomorrow and I'm not fucking about on Friday night either, looking at what I need for the weekend in Wales, which I'm getting increasingly more excited about. A check-in day tomorrow. I've just written my check-in. Don't even know what to say about it. Do you know what I mean? It's just... It's just starting to feel rough, having all these things going on. Not unmanageable, but just a bit like... Really? Been in more pain today than I have been other days, like stomachache wise. I think just because I stopped talking about them doesn't mean that they're not still there. I've had that a little bit recently, where I think, like, when I've talked to my mum about it, she's just assumed that everything's still okay. I'm like, no, it's still bad. I've just stopped moaning because there's no point. But in terms of like feedback on my week and things like that, training sessions have been good, apart from the one that I needed to stop because the pain in my stomach was so bad. Digestion has been poor. Recovery has been good. But yeah, do you know what? I'm not even thinking about how I look at the minute. I suppose that is one good thing, because I'm so in the like what I feel like zone. I'm not giving a whole lot of thought to what I look like. Worrying about what I feel like has just taken over, which is kind of refreshing. Who am I kidding? It's all fucking exhausting. But anyway, it is what it is. But I feel like we're just another week closer to finding what the fuck's going on. And what will be, will be. It's Thursday. I've just been and done 20 minutes cardio and I'm already in the car because I got the sensation that I needed to go to the toilet, and I've actually just managed to do a sample that is big enough to go across all of the 3 vials that I was worried about. So I'm going to get home because one of them needs to be frozen for at least 6 hours. Gonna get home, sort them out, and then go for a walk afterwards. But I was genuinely worried about that. I've done my check-in this morning, which I will talk to you about when I've got home and put my poo in the freezer. Okay, my check-in this morning. Now that I have successfully frozen my shit. My weight is up. It's 72 point something. It was 70, like low 71s on Monday. So I'm just getting a little bit fucking tired of my weight going up with no huge explanation for it. Now, I'm on day 27 of my cycle. However, my temperature has only been raised for about 5 days. It's usually 12 before I get a bleed. So there's another week there that I'm anticipating being ahead of my period. I wouldn't expect this weight gain, whilst the days make sense, the point in my cycle, if it is true to my normal, is not right. However, my last period was on the 2nd, so maybe, I don't know. But I'm just getting very frustrated with not having the answers. Perhaps it's a little bit of stress, but I'm not in a position where I'm expecting lots of growth right now. My composition is, having looked at it back, looks kind of the same. So maybe there is some growth going on there, I don't know. But either way, it shouldn't be jumping that much. And I don't like not having the answers for stuff. But maybe it's a little bit of stress around this test and making sure that it's all good. I'm not sure, but I cannot tell you how relieved I am that I have actually managed to do that. Because, you know, one of the reasons why I'm doing this gut test is because I can't go some days. Like, I'm so constipated. The fact that I've managed to get enough to provide a sample on consecutive days, especially today where I had to provide 3, is quite the achievement. I've been doing quite well to just crack on, ride out whatever these things are, and maintain like relative, I wouldn't say happiness, I would say okay, I've been okay, but I have let rip today in my check-in, just voiced all my frustrations, which you already know, but Amy definitely knows how I'm feeling now. I've been very open about how annoyed I've been about it all, how upset it's made me on occasion, how uncomfortable I am, but like I said last night, I've just stopped talking about that, and people, like particularly Andy, has been like, oh, you're still feeling poorly? Yeah, Yep, just got bored of complaining about it. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit concerned about how it's going to come back, particularly having had the bowel cancer screening come back needing more investigation. But I don't believe it is that. I think I've just caught some information in that and it's triggered it. We'll see. I'm also kind of fed up of talking about it and not being able to provide an answer right away for myself, but also for you, because it's kind of like, but I've got a weekend that I'm really looking forward to. Things outside of this are going okay. It's just been a lot, I think, because on the surface it's just a little bit of digestive discomfort. It has been a lot, especially at the time where you're pushing your body weight back up and body fat back up. To look at yourself like that has been challenging, but I'm glad that I've, for the most part, I've been able to keep a level head about that and not spiral that it's anything more, and to get really upset about it, because it's a sensitive time in itself without all of this going on. Just going to get some steps in now so that I've got less to do later. I was going to tan last night if I had the chance, but I spent a little bit more time doing some programming than I thought I would. I get back and have a big old bowl of oats and await my feedback. Absolutely no idea what it's going to be. I know my off-plan meals have gone back in at 1,000 calories. Because all of the digestive issues really suppress my appetite some days, I'm not even massively looking forward to that at the minute, which is quite sad really. I actually think my job might kill me this week. I haven't had a lunch break again. I think it's about 20 to 7, but I couldn't really fucking accurately tell you because I feel like I'm in a vortex and I'm just getting out for my last steps of the day, where I will tell you all about my check-in and how it's gone. Once again, Amy is very happy with how I'm looking and I'm the one that's like, meh. We don't know where that weight gain has come from because I genuinely couldn't tell you what I've had this week off plan that could have triggered that to that extent. Just to suck it and see and wait until these bloods come back that are more in-depth on my thyroid, my female hormones. Should be Monday. I've already had some of them back already, which aren't giving me any cause for concern around my bone profile. It's all the kind of full blood count stuff that's come back so far. Nothing specific to the things that we've tested for my digestive issues and my female hormones, reproductive hormones. So still waiting on those, which may be in tomorrow at this rate, if that's how quickly those have come back. I cannot fucking believe that. So until we know what is going on with my thyroid, she don't touch anything else. My off-plan meals are back in this weekend. Like I said earlier though, I've got no real appetite, so I don't know what to even bother having. Today for my free calories, I didn't give a fuck and just had 2 Kit Kats, 2 small Kit Kats. I just don't care. She feels very sorry from this week. I did let rip about all my frustration and she was like, you've been putting on such a positive front and trying to stay really positive. I'm not surprised that it's all kind of fallen out at this point. Me either. You can only stay so positive for so long about things that are really affecting you. Following on from that, I put my request in for my samples to be picked up between 4:30 and 6:30, which will have taken me into that the sample has been frozen for 6 hours zone. Absolutely fine. Why bother giving you a time slot that you can select if you're just gonna fucking ignore it? They turned up at 12:30. So it had only been frozen for 5 hours. and it's like it needs to be frozen for a minimum of 6 hours. So I don't know whether that will impact my results or not. You know, you just think, for fuck's sake, fuck off. That's it. That was it. We're waiting for all my results to come back again before any next moves are taken. However, I feel like the stress will wash off me a little bit now that this week is nearly done. I've got a very busy weekend, but I'm going to attempt to get some like self-care bits done tonight. I'm going to exfoliate, shave and tan for the weekend, hopefully. I want to get all of my stuff downstairs and ready so that I can get off to Wales on Saturday reasonable without having to fuck about with all of my kit, and just kind of get myself ready and go is the plan. Today I've also started shopping on Vinted a little for my holiday. So I've picked up a few bikinis and a couple of swimsuits actually. 10 out of 10, did not expect. As my bikinis and stuff arrive, I'll let you know what I'm thinking and how they're looking. I've spent less than £4 on each one. I've also picked up some of the Sachu lip stains. So, disclaimer, I would never ever ever buy anything to use on clients from Vinted. Never. But I will buy things on Vinted that are unused, that are brand new in the box for myself, try them, and then if it's something that I like, I will spend the money and buy it for either my own personal permanent use kit or for clients. But yeah, I just wanted to put it out there because I buy a lot of shit off Vinted, and I try and buy some cheeky makeup finds and things where I trust that they've been unused. But just as some reassurance, if you're booking me for a show, you'll not be having Vinted products used on you. I used the Beauty Bay ones and referenced the Wonder Skin lip stains in one of my Instagram stories, and about 3 people were like, fuck Wonder Skin off, you need to get on the Sachu ones. So I actually managed to pick up the set of 3 and 3 of their like top ones, like most used, popular, favourite, whatever you want to call them, bestsellers, for £12, and they should have been 35. So looking forward to those arriving and trying them out. I've got quite a lot to do thinking about it before the weekend in terms of sorting my own shit out and getting some of my meals prepared and stuff for the road. What I think I'll do is buy some lazy chicken and make them up either Friday night or Saturday morning, post training, post puppy school, before I get on the road to Wales. I'm so fucking excited. You know, I'm more excited just to see all my best friends and to go and watch. It'll be grand. Back with PCA as well, who I love to watch. Don't get me wrong, Two Bros was interesting. I enjoyed it. The standard was incredibly high, but nothing beats PCA for me. Oh, I forgot something quite traumatising about my check-in actually. Amy did say that depending on what the results come back like with my gut map, I was kind of expecting this but didn't want to hear it, is that I might have to go gluten and dairy free and just try some different things depending on if it comes back with any intolerances or anything like that. Which I think I would rather trap my hand in a door. But if it means getting rid of this discomfort, I'll try anything at this point. Something that I have done tonight, which I haven't done previously, is I've taken the xanthan gum out of my creamy. I'm only having 1 to 2 grams a day. It's nothing excessive, but a lot of people, when I've put my recipes up for my creamies on my Instagram stories, have said, you know, how can you get away with eating xanthan gum? It fucks me up, blah, blah, blah. And until now, I've kind of denied that it was that, because in prep I didn't seem to have so much of an issue. but maybe it is. And I've just put some extra, ooh, blackberries, I'm gonna pinch some of those. I've just taken it out because why not try it? And I can live without it because I can have plenty more almond milk in there now to get that creamy texture rather than having to rely on the xanthan gum. I've just turned the camera around to myself and seen this, and I look like Oliver Twist. It's Friday. It's Friday. Thank fucking God. Like, this week has been absolutely crazy. So, it's Friday. I trained Paul Ham's glutes iso this morning and it was really nice. It was really good. There were people in there that were pissing me off just by being alive. So I feel like I'm in exactly the right place for my PMS. I placed a dolphin order last night for my vegan whey. I've gone with Ghost. I put something out on my Instagram stories about recommendations and I got loads back actually. And Ghost was the most popular, so I ordered that in Cinnabon flavour, which we'll see whether it makes a difference. I was a little gremlin this morning and when I got in from the gym, I just immediately tanned so that it's one less thing that I've got to worry about in the morning. I'll wash it off later before I go to my Botox appointment, which I completely forgotten about. A little surprise Botox appointment. But it's genuinely not as bad as I thought it would be. The only thing that I'm worried about is that, you remember last time I got the cartoon eyebrows? Well, it's Aaron's wedding and I can't have angry cartoon eyebrows for my best friend's wedding. But that's in 2 weeks, so maybe it'll be okay. If it isn't, it's fine. Last night I prioritised sorting out my kit for the weekend. Also bought an earwax cleaner last night because I can't fucking hear stuff properly. And I've been like that for some time. I think I'm turning into my mum. She's got terrible hearing, but I want to see whether the earwax, like clearing some wax, if there is any, would help me first. So that should be arriving today, which I might do tonight after I've done all my check-ins. My check-ins are coming in and they're fucking solid. I've got my new starter set up and he's all good to go. And I'll respond to the girls later on a walk when I've finished work, which I'm hoping to try and... I was going to say I was hoping to try and take some time out. It just won't happen today. I'm very, very glad it's Friday. It feels like a Friday. I'm just taking a little coffee to Andy. Oh my God. Today has fucked me so hard, it might as well have been Ron Jeremy. Oh. I've worked until about 6. Again, on the day that I'm supposed to finish at about 4. I've had my Botox appointment, which is already starting to kick in. That stuff is fucking incredible. I'm gonna have to find out what she uses in my face so that I can tell you. I've got my review on the 19th and she's like, I doubt we'll need any. Love that for me. Hopefully my eyebrows play ball this time. I'm gonna grab a food shop and then I'm gonna get back to the girls. I've got about 5,000 steps to do. More than. This week has been rough. I've had a lot to do. Work has been so busy and it's just been absolutely manic and I'm exhausted. Oh, but in other news and more like and happy news, my weight is starting to go back down again, honestly. I cannot tell you how glad I am that my spidey senses were tingling earlier on in the week about how busy this week would be, that I started preparing for this weekend way ahead of time. Like, I've already packed my bag, I've packed my kit, I've tanned, my hair's washed. All I've got to do is get myself ready in the morning and go. Oh God. Oh, and make my meals up, which will take all of 20 minutes. Good morning, it's Saturday. And do you know what? Oh God, this is why I don't wear glosses. I'm getting fucking attacked by my own hair. However, they are very nice. These are the peaches and cream glosses. And I bought them having seen them in someone else's kit and knowing that I really like their lip looks. And I love them. This morning, I feel like Superwoman. And I know that is a bold claim, but this morning I have trained legs, I've got home, I've had a shower, I've got myself ready, I've gotten to puppy school. all before 9:30. And I just, you know when you have a morning like that and you're like, I can do anything. So I'm trying to get myself as organised as possible while still trying to tick my own boxes. So I'm out getting a little walk in now whilst Andy's finishing up at puppy school until 10:15. And then actually all I need to do is get home, make my food and pack the car. And then I should be on with getting over to Wales earlier than planned. So I'm very happy. But yeah, I've actually just sat and done this makeup in the car. And I love it. I love it. Who knew I was such a pinky gal? Okay, we got home from puppy school and a trip to Lidl at about 11, and I've managed to turn around all of my food packing in less than an hour. I'm on a roll. I've made up all my food for today. I've made up all my food for tomorrow. And now I just need to get to Wales and see the girls. Touchdown in Newport. Found another bodybuilder buying rice cakes, obviously. Your little dragon nose. I know. There she is. Okay, so it's about 10 to 8 and Laura is just having her hair done. So she's put like a gloss on her hair so that it's super shiny tomorrow and just having a bit of a pamper. I am trying to get myself in a position where I am as low maintenance as possible tomorrow. So I'm going to put my hair in my socks, which I do like a braid where I'll pass one bit over my sock and then take something from the back and pass it over my sock. Like that. I'll do that all the way down, but it's literally the most low maintenance, heatless curls that really look good. And these Monster Factory socks are the best for it. Shout out Monster Factory. But I've eaten all my meals. When Laura's finished having her hair done and blow dried, I'm going to tan her. She's already got one coat of base on. She's washed that off. So it's just a case of doing her second coat of Pro Tan. And then it's going to be a bloody early start. I think I'll be up at about 4:45 to get myself ready, which will literally be brushing my teeth, chucking some clothes on, making up my oats and packing my bag, starting Laura's makeup about 5:45, maybe even earlier if we're both ready, and then getting over to the hotel where my other 2 clients are, which is about 10 minutes away from here. I'm a little bit nervous about that, but it'll be fine. Absolutely fine. I think once it's all come together in the morning, I'll feel much better about it. I'm really feeling a little bit nervous and stressed because I care so much. Hello?
Ready for my tan, my love.
Where are we doing your tan?
It's going to be challenging for you tomorrow. Obviously, the dining room's got a wood floor.
Yeah.
Oh! Hi, vlog.
How are you feeling?
I'm excited.
Dickhead. You're an idiot. Such an idiot. Yeah. That's what it's all about.
I'm happy now. I feel like it's a perfect little group.
Yeah, we've got a little squad going, haven't we?
Like,
Hold on a
centred.
minute.
Perfect little group to keep you centred. Just get my boob doesn't fall out.
Well,
Ooh, a little bit of side.
might get me some more engagement.
They come for the boob, they leave because of the face.
Oh, you've made me fuck up.
Oh no.
I know. It's because I'm
I'm
laughing.
so clever at this.
I'm not. It's a pair of socks, mate.
No, but even I can't even do this.
I spend my evenings looking at weird shit that I can do to myself.
I love it. I mean, so do I, but not hair.
No. What can I put up my bum today? Tan. We doing it with an audience?
Yeah, I don't care.
That is the thing about competing, isn't it? Yeah.
If they want to watch, this is my ethos in life.
If they want to watch, let them.
But on their heads be it.
Yeah.
You know? My bum holes are not going to behave differently just because they're there.
You've got a really nice bum hole. I think
you.
I said that the last time that I vlogged when you were competing.
Oh. It was on a vlog, was it? I know you said it to me. I didn't know if it was on a vlog.
Well, maybe.
It's out there in the world.
Well,
it's official. I have a nice
I've said
arsehole.
it now.
I am a nice arsehole and I have a nice arsehole.
Yeah.
But yeah, you lose all inhibition as a competitor, I think. Like, once you've had that first experience, that first time experience in that town hall.
I think it's like childbirth in a way. Like,
well, I mean, I've done that twice, so I think I've got no inhibitions.
Everyone's seen it.
Yeah, and by that point, a marching band could have come through my living room and I wouldn't have given a shit.
No.
Yeah.
I think it is.
You're all and sundry looking at me coochie. Chin back, chin. It's going to take a pile of makeup to give that bad boy.
It's alright.
You've got such a beautiful face. I feel like we're about to kiss. It's gone from vlog to kind of like the start of the porno.
Porn?
Yeah.
Again,
We just leave them
engagement.
wanting more. Did we or didn't we?
Did we? Ready to show me your arsehole?
Oh, I was born ready to show this girl my arsehole.
Let's go.
Born ready.
It's 5:30. I slept like it's my show day. I'm just getting ready to glam the girl. Dun, dun,
Don't forget
dun,
she's got loads
dun,
of stuff.
dun, 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 dun.
The
Ah,
non-serious one.
no.
Oh my god. Right. I've done my 2 ladies over at the Ibis, and I've just managed to get to the venue just before show start. Laura's here, she's looking great. And I'm just eating my first meal at 10:44. I'm going to be playing a lot of catch up today. But it's worth it. She looks fucking amazing.
Head, hands open.
Very nice, trained standard.
Any pose from the side. Tracy, Sadie, Emily, Sophie, Tony, Georgina, and Hannah. To the side. 81, Laura Penny. In second place, athlete number 79, Kate.
Oh my god, she's got it!
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of our athletic figure category, athlete number 81. And ladies and gentlemen, a huge round of applause for all of their incredible figure.
How much are you crying? Are you crying? Yeah. I'm crying. Maybe she'll start believing in herself now.
It's going to take, if I do one by one, it's going to take ages.
So it's going to be a long day with Queen Laura, the athletic figure champion of the World Championships, going into the overall to see if she can get the card, which she is most definitely capable of. Right, what time do I put this on? 5:45 in the morning. Lovely. 5:45 and now it's 4:30. Someone recently messaged me about have I got any footage from behind the scenes at a show, and I was so busy I just didn't, but this is this is it in all its glamour.
For the overall.
I know.
So exciting.
Well, she's gonna win her pro card. I'm so confident. So confident.
She's more confident than I am, but I love that. That's what she's here for. Yeah.
From first timers
Yeah.
to the pro card.
First timers to the Welsh Championships and beyond.
So the plan is chill. Chill and eat sweets.
Round of applause for your overall champion. One more pose of your choice. One more pose, thank you. A round of applause for your overall champion and new PCA Pro. Congratulations. Stephen, if you would like to take the pro card to the winner. Audience members, can we have a round of applause for your overall world champion and new PCA Pro? Congratulations. And relax.
Sorry, what?
Down there, ready to
Sorry, what you got? What you got? What you got?
Just a couple of cards, oh my god.